Welcome back to part 2 of my My Little Pony and Ever After High fusion project. In the last video, we covered Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Rainbow Dash. But today, we are getting into doing Fluttershy, Twilight Sparkle, and Applejack. If you weren't here for the first video, I suggest going to check it out. It's already up on my page. As a recap, I am doing the main 6 as Ever After High characters with their own family legacy, lore, and personality. Now, let's get into it. Starting off, I have my Fluttershy fusion, or as in universe, I am giving her the name Elowen White. For Fluttershy, I wanted her design to feel soft and natural compared to the rest of the cast. A lot of the other characters have dramatic silhouettes or royal fashion, but Elowen's design is meant to feel gentle and grounded. I pulled inspiration from woodland fantasy aesthetics, cottagecore, fairy healers, and traditional Snow White imagery. I also pulled from the forest spirits in the Dragon Games series, because I felt like that's the scenery that she would be around. Her green layered dress was designed to represent flower petals and forest leaves. I also added vine-like details and soft floral accessories to reinforce her connection to nature. Her pink hair is intentionally very flowing and messy compared to the cleaner hairstyles of characters like Rarity. And of course she needs animal companions. So in the image I wanted to add her pet, Angel, who is a small white rabbit, which also gives inspiration to Fluttershy's natural ability to connect with creatures. Her palette focuses mostly on the soft greens, browns, creams, and pastel pinks to create calm visual presence. She's supposed to feel comforting to look at. In this universe, Elowen White is the older half-sister to Apple White. While Apple inherited the public royal image of Snow White, Elowen inherited the actual magical connection to nature. She can communicate with enchanted woodland creatures more naturally than almost anyone in Ever After. But unlike Apple, she hates attention. So while Apple White becomes the kingdom's beloved future queen, Elowen spends most of her time hidden in Ever After's enchanted forest, healing injured magical creatures. A lot of rebels secretly trust her because she listens without judgment, and even though she appears shy, she has one of the strongest moral compasses out of the entire group. Next up, we have Applejack, or in universe, Clementine Beanstalk. For Applejack, I wanted to avoid making her feel too traditionally royal. Instead, I leaned much harder into the rustic fantasy adventure aesthetic. I took inspiration from fantasy blacksmiths, giant slayers, Sky Kingdom explorers, and Ever After High's more rugged fantasy outfits. Her design uses a lot more leather textures, belts, straps, and practical clothing compared to the rest of the main 6. I also intentionally kept her color palette warm. The orange, gold, browns, and reds help reinforce her connection to the harvest themes and countryside imagery. Her giant hammer was inspired by fairy tale giant slayers and magical construction tools. I wanted it to look heavy and functional instead of elegant. Compared to the others, Applejack's design probably feels the most grounded physically, which fits Applejack perfectly. Now onto the lore section. In this universe, Clementine Beanstalk comes from the legendary Beanstalk family, connected to the Giant Slayers and magical sky farms. She is related to Jaxine Giant Slayer, but unlike the more famous adventurers in her family, Clementine chose to stay behind and help maintain the kingdom orchids and cloud harvests. I will also say, I know Jaxine Giant Slayer is a fan creation, but it fits the aesthetic of Applejack. Because of that, people often underestimate her. They see her as hardworking but ordinary, but Clementine is secretly one of the physically strongest students in Ever After High. She believes heroism shouldn't be about fame, it should be about protecting people and doing honest work. And while other students chase legendary destiny, Clementine is the one quietly holding entire communities together behind the scenes. Next up, we have Twilight Sparkle. In universe, her name is going to be Twilight Spellbound. Twilight was actually one of the first designs I made for this crossover because Twilight Sparkle already fits the Ever After High aesthetic almost perfectly. I wanted her to feel like the ultimate magical academy prodigy, but also someone burdened by destiny in a way that goes far beyond being a good student. So I leaned heavily into the celestial wizard aesthetic, constellations, enchanted books, royal academy robes, and ancient prophecy imagery. Her cloak is designed like a living star map, constantly shifting with glowing runes that react to powerful magic. The crown-like headpiece isn't just decorative either, it symbolizes her connection to the ancient magical bloodline tied to the founding of Camelot itself. Her palette is deep purples, midnight blues, and gold accents to represent knowledge, mystery, and royal responsibility. Even her posture is very controlled and precise, because she's constantly aware that history is watching her. Now, onto the lore. In this universe, Twilight Spellbound is the daughter of Merlin, the legendary court sorcerer of King Arthur Pendragon. From the moment she was born, Twilight was already written into Camelot's greatest prophecy, the restoration of magical balance between royals and rebels through knowledge rather than force. Unlike most Ever After High students who struggle with destiny, Twilight's problem is the opposite. She understands it all too well. She was raised inside Merlin's archives, surrounded by spells, enchanted artifacts, and warnings about the rise and fall of Arthur Pendragon's legacy. and because of that, she carries the weight of both Merlin's wisdom and Arthur's fractured kingdom. Arthur's lineage represents leadership, unity, and the burden of ruling the kingdom that constantly threatens to collapse under conflicting destinies. Twyla, as Merlin's daughter, is essentially the bridge between magical and mortal interpretations of the legacy. She is expected to ensure that the next King Arthur cycle does not end in tragedy like the previous one. She doesn't want to simply repeat history, she wants to rewrite it. That puts her in direct conflict with Ever After High's idea of predetermined fate, because Twyla believes destiny should be studied, understood, and then improved upon, which makes her one of the most dangerous kinds of students in the school, someone who knows exactly how the story is supposed to go and is willing to change it. That's it. That's all 6 of my MLP and Ever After High fusion designs. I had so much fun reimagining these characters with their own fairy tale legacy. And if you enjoyed this, I've got a lot more planned. Next up, I'm thinking about doing amazing digital circus characters as ponies. And since the Odyssey is coming out, I plan to do Greek mythology inspired ponies. So if you're interested, make sure you stick around and subscribe, and comment down below which of the Ever After High characters was your favorite. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.